Hey guys, this is Egwe Stanley, aka Simple Graphics. So this is the last element of design that we'll be looking into, and I told you I took them the two last one. I took them one after the other, typography and color. Why? Because they are the major thing we're going to be using in our design. Although we use the other ones, but these two are what makes your design appear beautiful. Understand? There's the way you use color and it will be very distractive, and there's the way you use your typography and it will be very crowded. Understand? So, going straight, this will not take time. So, first of all, if you need to subscribe, please do it to subscribe. If you need to follow, if you are watching on TikTok, do it to follow. Understand? So, I'm going straight to what we have today. So, we are talking about color. So color is what we see in our everyday life. Wherever you look at, everything you see has color. You understand? So it doesn't matter the kind of color you see there is a color. It doesn't matter the thing you see there, it has a color. You understand? So the fact that you can identify that this is the color makes your eye a good one. So if you don't have there are people who have color blindness. They cannot actually see colors very well. You understand? And that can stand as a problem if you are a designer. You get that? So, in everyday life and in design, color plays a vital role. You understand? If you want to buy something in the market, there is a way the color will attract you, and you will buy. There's some people, some ladies, if anything pink attracts them, so it doesn't matter if it's fine or not, why the color is pink, it's just attractive to them. So that one can actually make them buy what they did not even plan. So that is it. So it has the ability to communicate a message without using words. For people doing art, they can actually draw just with colors, and you actually know what they are drawing or the story they are trying to tell. So also it goes in design. You can use color, the art and digital design is kind of related because they use paint, they use colors to do whatever they want to do. So it plays a vital role in design, depending on the interaction between our personal preference, our gender. Like what I said, for women, some people like pink, some like green, so I don't know, some like blue. Guys, most guys like blue. Our family background, the way you see things. There are so many things that actually point out how you see things, how you see colors. You understand? If you come from a place where that is classic, where everything is done orderly, the way they arrange things, the way they combine colors, to the kind of bedspread they use, they make sure it reflects with the kind of cotton they use and those things. So color affects our perception. Okay, so for design, we're focusing more of design in your pixel lab or your Canva or your CorelDRAW, your Photoshop, and everything you're going to use to design. There is a way the colors are kept, and they are usually kind of related whichever place you are viewing it from. So there is a specific way we used to know them, and it's called the color wheel. Now there are two sides of it. There is a color wheel, a specific arrangement, and there is color spectrum. Now that color spectrum is majorly what you see in design softwares. You hardly find color wheels in design software. It's majorly color spectrum, but they are advanced software you use, and it will display it very well. You understand? So, and there is a way you still arrange your colors, and it will show the color wheels too. So, and these color wheels are what where every other color is formed from. Understand? That is where the basis of color is. So we are going to, if you are working on color psychology, you will go deep into the meaning of color and how they reflect, how they come about, their origin and the rest. So, but we are going to stick with the little one we are going to be using for our design. So the next thing I want to explain is this. So examples of color, we say they are, when you're in primary school, secondary school, even in university, they can teach you about primary color, secondary color. So primary color makes up the basic for the color wheel. Yeah, the red, the yellow, and the blue. They are placed kind of they are placed like opposite each other. You understand? Kind of opposite, the yellow, the red, and the blue. So the secondary one are also made by fixing equal portion of the primary colors. This creates green. When you mix two colors, when you mix green and orange together, you get the yellow. When you mix the purple and the orange together, you get the red. When you mix the purple and the green together, you get the blue. You understand? So in combination of those colors, that is where you form the primary color. So there is other color which is tertiary color. They are made by mixing a primary color with a neighboring secondary color. So you can actually analyze it by yourself. So when you mix a dark red and a light yellow, it gives you another shade of red. You understand? So when you combine a kind of light red and then a blue, it gives you maybe a kind of shade of blue, it gives you another shade of red. You understand? Then in the color wheel, when it's divided into two, the right is called the warm color and the left is called the cold color. So the reason why it's called warm color is just it's more brighter most time. It looks brighter, and then the other one looks more dull. Understand? So that's the only two different that you can know about it. So in design, when you're using them, you try as much as possible to combine them. So I want to specifically talk about using them in design. People that create logo design, they actually know this more. This is 7 minutes already. So going to the next one, which is how they show in most of the app. So in this color wheel, there are different kinds of color shades. So the first one is monochromatic, and then this monochromatic has to do with some shade of specific primary color. You understand? So they are shade and tint of the same color. So if you are picking yellow, there are different shades of yellow. If you are picking blue, there are different shades of blue. If you are picking red, there are different shades. You understand? So that is it. So the second one is analogous color. Now, these analogous color are colors that are related, that are close together in the color wheel. So when you look at the example I was giving there, the yellow, the orange, and the dark orange is related. Is an example of analogous color. Then the next one is complementary color. They are colors, they have high contrast, which produce vibrant, exciting color scheme. So they have a good contrast. When you mean contrast, I told you the black to white is a good contrast. So when the black is on the white paper, it shows a good contrast. When the white is on the black paper, it's a good contrast. So when this light yellow is actually on a dark blue, is what? Complementary color. They complement each other. So the last one is triadic color, and this triadic color typically produce vibrant effects. So they can actually combine a part of the primary color, the yellow, the red, and the blue, to make up a part of a color that you're going to use for design. So if you're making design, or maybe you see any design along the way, you should be able to analyze, okay, they use monochromatic color here, or they use a 3D color here. Is this complementary color or an analogous color? You understand? So you will try as much as possible. This is when you are learning, this is what you do initially. In the place of research, trying to see every flyer you see, any banner you see, you try to look at those colors, what they use in them. You understand? So I think this is where we're going to stop. So in the next video, we are going to start designing properly. You know, in this basic, if you don't do them, it's going to affect your design journey. If you don't know these things I've explained from the first day to this day, go back and watch them. Try to know them, try to understand them, and try to see how you implement them into your design. So thank you guys, and see you in the next video.